So who's going to get the ball rolling? I know as women, our bodies change. We go through different seasons, even though it's not obvious. And it doesn't have to be physical, as we all know. And all this really affects our appearance. It affects our image. And I'm not really talking, it doesn't have to be about clothing, about style. It could be about grooming. It could be about your skin, hair, anything. So let's just talk about that this afternoon. So who's starting? I'm not going to start the conversation.
I can start.
Yes,
Okay.
Taylor.
So the first thing that comes to mind when I read this question and after listening to you speak is kind of so I'm in Georgia right now, and although it's supposed to be a little bit warmer, it has been colder in the mornings. And so when I'm on my way to work, I find my lips very dry. And I try my best to moisturize before I leave the house, but that doesn't seem to really work because by the time I get to work, they seem dry again. So um, then what happens is kind of that dry ring around your lips, and then I find myself like continuing to like wet my lips and try like to not show the ashiness per se or like the ring, and so that makes me of course feel like a little insecure, and I try to reapply my cocoa butter and shea butter the best I can, but I don't know, that's kind of the first thing that comes to mind.
Okay, what I would say, do you exfoliate your lips?
So when I
You
brush my teeth, I'd say I try to do that as well in the same process, but not every time. So I would say I probably need
okay.
to do better.
What I would say is I tried it with a wet brush, with a wet
Okay.
toothbrush, and I noticed that you don't get the same results. And
Okay.
even if, most of the time our toothbrushes are wet. So what I did was I have a little, those toothbrushes that they give out in the aircraft. I think I had one from when I went away, I think 2 years ago. So I use that. And that's I have a lip scrub, but what I realize is it doesn't give me as good a result as I want.
Okay.
So the toothbrush actually works. But
Okay.
I noticed that it's better when it's dry. It's better when the brush is dry and when your lips are dry. And make sure you have your lip balm all around you. In the
Okay.
car, at work. I think I have two here on my desk. I'm always applying. And then something happened to me about about a month ago. It took me a while to notice it. I started buying oranges and I just cut them in four and eat it. And I noticed that I started having like started off as a little rash and then it looked like an eczema and I'm like, where did I get this from? I used
Yeah.
A&D ointment and it went. Then I had oranges again last weekend and that was when the light bulb came up that, oh, it's the oranges. But what I was doing
Mm,
while I was treating this, since I had the A&D, something just said, put it on your lips. Now ask me, I don't know if we're supposed to, but I liked the result. I don't do that every day. I tried it once. I liked the effect because then I had it was a little bit, it was more flaky than it usually is. And I liked it, just the regular A&D
right.
ointment, maybe at night. So try that and see. But generally,
Should we be exfoliating as well every day?
no, not every day.
Okay, not
You
every
could do
day. Okay. Only
try the
kind of when the
exfoliation maybe
build up.
once a week and see how that goes.
Okay.
No, we don't want to overdo. Exfoliation is not something, whatever part of your body is not something you overdo because then the lips are going to get so sensitive and everything. So no, try it once a week when you have time, preferably at
Okay.
night, so that if it's a little bit sore, by the time you wake up, it calms down. So try that and let me know how that goes. You're welcome. Let me try and read the chat. I think I saw something. Anybody else? This is a conversation.
I put it in the chat.
Okay.
Um,
Bethel says
like
her present challenge is, sorry, can I just read this out? Her present challenge is dry hands, probably because I wash my hands so much. And it's not probably because of your profession, your hands are always in water. So yes. What I would say for people like you, try exfoliation as well. Try to exfoliate, and then for you, you have to go a notch higher and buy very good hand cream. And then something you can try is at night when just before bed, put something as simple as Vaseline on your hands. Apply, massage it, and then wear a pair of gloves to bed. It's going to feel odd at first. If you can conquer, let's say, even if you try it for just an hour and see, because it's actually going to soften and work deep into your dermis. So try that. Your hands are always in water, the sanitizers, all the chemicals and everything. So you have to be on top of this effort all over, all around you at work. Always make sure you have very good moisturizer. And the truth about it is, even if you get good moisturizer, Vaseline does very good job. Just have little size and just keep topping it from jars and see how that goes. Buy the gloves overnight because it condenses the hands. But it's not something you could do, it's not a one-off because you over time I'm gonna actually the easier not at work. So if you're working, if you're on the computer, just wear your gloves, and even if you do it one hand first so that you can I know you're on the computer with your business and everything. So just try that out and see how. Okay. So if you can turn, I'd like to ask you, if you can, and if you don't feel offended, can you turn on your cameras? It's nice to see the pretty faces, except you're.
I think I noticed some little supposed to remove it. So the one I came from Nigeria with is finished, and then I don't know where I can get it in here in the UK.
When you say
So I
good,
don't know.
what is good to you? What does your skin need at the moment?
Mm, so that it won't be because of the winter. Sometimes I feel as if my skin is taut. It's dry. I know. That is because of the weather. So I want something that can work with the weather. Then sometimes, my lips too. I use Vaseline on my hands and on my lips. Though somebody said it darkens the lips. I don't know.
No, I
So,
don't think so.
so
You might have
basically
dark
that's it.
lips naturally, but I don't think Vaseline does.
Mm.
But try the exfoliation for your.
I've been using Vaseline for ages, so I don't think it darkens the lips.
Okay.
But the
Is
main
your
concern is
is your face.
the face cream. Yes,
Have you tried
yes, the good one.
oils apart from your cream?
No,
Try and use oils, especially this season in the cold.
okay. Is there
There's
anyone you can recommend that will get here?
as long as they're not oils, like I don't use coconut on my face. However, things like
Okay,
argan oil,
okay.
argan is very good. So what you could do is
Argon. Okay,
when you get to, I'm assuming somewhere like Boots, just ask, where are
okay,
your not oils? Because
okay.
no matter the moisturizer I use on my face in the summer, it makes
Mm,
my face so oily. In the winter,
okay.
it's like I'm not using
It's
anything.
okay.
It's not okay. It
Okay.
looks like I'm not using anything. So what I do is
Wow.
I use that first as a first layer, and then I put my oil.
Okay.
I used to do the oils only at night before, but now I
Okay.
use it both night and morning. And it still doesn't give
Okay.
that oil. It's still not excessive. And
Oily.
I have oily skin.
Okay.
So the
Okay.
cold,
Okay.
the cold
Mm.
really with the cold, it dries out the skin.
Dehydrate.
It
Yes.
dries it. So we need
Okay.
to oil it. Then, as we get older, our body doesn't produce as
Mm.
much natural oils. So you need to replenish
Okay.
it. Even in the summer, this is not just about winter. Have one day a week
Mm.
where you just massage your face with oil, especially at night. So
Okay.
put it in, massage it, and then just leave it
Mm.
to soak it in.
Mm.
But try
Okay. I'll
try
try
I
that.
mean, I'm not saying don't look for a different face cream, but for now,
Mm. Oil.
look for any natural seed oil.
Okay. All
Don't
right.
use
Thank you
don't
so
use
much.
things like don't use things like baby oil because those are not natural. Those are from mineral
They'll be
oils.
too heavy. Yeah.
Yes, you don't want
Mm.
that on your skin. But
Okay.
I'm not specific to anything. And then just look at
Mm.
the rating. Once you see the brand, just Google it and see if it's good. But honestly, any oil, any oil, and
Okay.
use it
All right.
lavish, especially at night. Use it lavishly.
Okay.
Don't hold back. A little goes a long
Okay.
way. So don't just use a
Okay.
little and then massage it into the skin.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're
All right.
welcome.
Mm.
Okay, guys, so okay, Nicole says, my clothes and hair styling for my body type frustrates me at times. I've been wanting to I've been wanting to change my hair to figure my natural curls out. Thought of cutting it, but it may not work for me. How long have you had your hair like this, Nicole? Have you ever
Hi,
had shorter hair?
hi. No, no, really, not really. Yeah, I stopped perming my hair years ago, but I don't really have a routine, so I do the same old, and it's I don't like it, but hey, it works for me. I just get out the house and go. Um, but by the end of the day, it's like looking dry, and I know what I have to do. Well, I don't know what I have to do, but I'm also bored with it. Yeah, I've thought about cutting it, or um, even like getting locks, or yeah. But yeah, that's it.
Let's try something
And
different with that hair. Let's try. Let's take it a step aside. You've been thinking enough. So let's do it's just hair. It'll grow back
mhm,
if you don't like it. You're not you're not
yeah,
gonna go you're not gonna go extreme, right?
exactly.
But just try something out. Honestly,
Hmm.
if you don't try it, you won't know what's on the other side.
Hmm.
You won't
Yep,
know what's on the other side. And when it comes to
exactly.
hair, I'm a cheerleader of it will grow back. You'd learn your lessons. You'd understand, oh, what works for you and all, but just keep trying different things. But
Mhm.
I would encourage you, once the weather gets a little bit warmer and everything, just cut it a little and let's see. Cut it a little,
Mhm.
you know. Do
Yeah.
you I know that people say when I do have hair, I always have like a bottle of water mixed with conditioner and a little bit of oil, and I just spray it.
Mhm. Mhm.
So even if your hair's going to dry out, it's soft.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, I think I should have
So
that like during the day.
you might want to try that. Have one at home and then have like a little mini spray bottle that you can put in your bag
Mhm. Yeah,
and just, carry around with.
good idea. Yeah,
Because whether it's long or short, we want the hair to be healthy.
exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's it. And like getting styling
And then
myself has
for
always
your,
been a thing.
no, don't worry. We're going to work on that. We're going to work on that. And then, yeah, I was talking to, who was I talking to earlier about the weather? And we were talking about, oh, spring. I mean, it looks like it's coming, but they say we're expecting snow again this weekend. But once we take off all those coats, it'll be easier to, all right, let's concentrate more on ourselves and how we look.
Mhm.
So I'll
Yes.
work on
Amen.
that. I'll work
Okay.
on that. Okay.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Oh, Bethel. I haven't heard Skin Fairy in a long time. You're welcome. You're welcome. Arab Arabia Denike. I'm 53 and I've been dealing with menopause. And the last few months, I noticed odor under my armpit. This is so worrisome, and I try to scrub my armpit more than I usually do now. It helps, but I'm just very conscious about the smell. Mm. Honestly, this menopause thing is an issue that unfortunately, people would say, how come everybody's talking about menopause now? But it's something that I feel our parents were going through, our mothers, but they never mentioned it. They made it look like it was nothing. Touch wood. I'm very fortunate that I would say when people talk about menopause and everything, I'm like, honestly, I don't understand what they're going through. And that does not mean that I'm erasing any feelings. But about the armpit, something I've been doing, for me, I sweat from my head and I sweat a lot. So I always shave my armpits. I know there's that talk about some people would say don't shave, some people would say shave. For me, it's more about the cleanliness aspect. I'm not saying that people who do not shave are not clean, but I think we can agree that it's easier to clean something when it's smoother as opposed to when there's hair. But one thing that I've been doing, I can't even remember how long, but I've been doing for quite a few years. I always have alum. Do you know what alum is? Arabia Denike, I need you to respond to me, please. Hello,
Yes, I know what
Arabia
alum means.
Denike. Oh, you know what it is. Okay. So maybe you should try that. I personally like it. I always have it. And I'm so lucky that I found a Ghanaian store that I don't know what they do with it, but he has a huge bag. So I just go, I buy a huge chunk, and I always have it in my bathroom. So my Saturdays are when I shave my armpits and everything. And so I always use that when I'm done. And that's just me at the back of my head. So maybe you should try that. maybe you should try that and see, because I can imagine how the discomfort is for you. But then another question I would ask is, if there's an odor, do other people smell it? Has anybody complained? Is it something that people are complaining about? And the reason I'm saying that is each one of us has an odor that is unique to us. And it's not necessarily offensive. So maybe you smelling a different odor, you would know, because obviously you're very aware of your body. So I would ask, is it offensive? Has anybody said it's not too pleasant? And only you can answer that. But I would say try the alum as well. Try the alum. And
Thank you so much.
you're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you. I'll try it out. And to
Mm.
answer your question, no one has told me. I just smell
You
it
noticed it.
myself.
Mm.
Yeah. And because it's very unusual, I mean, this is the first time I'm discussing it with anybody because it's quite unusual. So I thought, okay, because I've read it's one of the symptoms of menopause.
Okay.
You are so lucky you don't
Touch
have any
wood. Touch
symptoms.
wood. I am.
You're
So
so lucky.
I'm not complaining.
Menopause is as bad as sometimes you feel sad,
I hope
sometimes
so.
you tear up, and when you ask
No,
yourself, okay, what's the matter? You really can't
no,
tell what's wrong with you.
it's nothing. But what I'm glad about is people are talking about it more. And
Yes.
we're having a lot more medical practitioners stepping in,
Yeah.
and I hope it's something that we can just keep talking about, because there's
Mhm.
some people who don't even know what's wrong with them, and they're thinking they're
Yeah.
odd or they're weird, or
Mm.
and women, we still have that little stigma of not talking and
Mm.
sharing personal things. But I'm
Yeah.
happy that it's becoming conversations in different spaces, and
Mm.
it's something that maybe I'll look for an expert to just even come talk to women about that. Let me write that
Yeah.
down, and that would be nice, because I know a lot of people, even in the winter, you see people carrying fans. My fan is just for the summer.
Yeah.
So I know, and it's affecting. Before it was more about the hot flashes, but now it goes beyond. Just like you said,
Yes.
it affects the emotion. It affects the
Yeah.
whole being. So it's
Hmm.
something. But yeah, I'll try and look for someone to come talk to us about that. So
Thank
try
you.
try the alum and see, and see
Yes,
if
I
there's any
would.
difference.
I
Okay.
would. All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Indy Patty says, how do I use the alum after? The alum, what I do is, okay, let me show you the stone. I don't buy anything smaller than this size. So what I'll do is, after shaving, of course it's not smooth when it comes out, but over time, the side I'm using now smoothens up. So once I'm done, I just do this, just go under it, both arms, and then rinse it, and that's it. I don't leave it. I don't leave it. So I have people who say they don't use deodorants, because of all
Mhm.
this blah blah blah, and it's metal, it's not good. And they say they use either alum, or some people use lime.
Lime? Yeah.
I feel
I was
lime is
just going
just
to
too.
ask, do we
Some
have
people
people
can,
here that use lime? Because
yeah,
I'm just about starting that.
some people,
I was
but
thinking
I
of
know I've
using.
used lime once or twice. My challenge with a lime is, first of all,
Mm.
I cut it, I put it in the bathroom. A bathroom is a wet space. So I noticed that the lime was now getting, by day two, there was a funny color on it. So I'm like, I don't know what I'm breathing in it. That is me. So, but my chunk of alum is just there. By the time I pick it up the next day, if I'm going to use it, it's already dry. So that was a preference for me. And if I get caught by the shaving stick, because I use a shaving stick, if I get caught and I put the lime, imagine that reaction. So that's why for me, the lime was not a good option. I'm not sure if you could try to squeeze the lime, have it in a bottle, but for me, all that is work. So I personally wouldn't go that route. But yes, lime, people have used lime. So you could try both. You could try both and then decide which works for you, because our bodies are actually definitely different. You know.
Yeah, thank
Okay,
you.
so you can try
Thank
that,
you.
try both, and then get back to us and let us know what works better.
Yeah, thank you.
My auntie Mona, how are you? You have to say something, oh auntie. I see your name, so you didn't come here to sneak in. How are you,
No, no,
auntie?
no. I'm here live. I'm here live.
Nice,
My
nice.
Akuro.
Thank you for
I said
joining me.
Funke will skin me alive for just doesn't see me on.
Auntie
We'll come a
was,
very,
let,
we'll
let me
come a very
introduce you to
long way.
everybody. She was my first facial client in, what year was that, auntie? I don't even know.
Several years ago, 2000 and something.
Was it 2000 or even early
I think
2000s?
2000
It was
years.
early 2000s. I think it was my first
2000, yeah.
facial client at Peaches and Cream. Thank
She
you,
never
thank you,
forgets
thank
that.
you. Yes, thank
And
you.
we will fight and reconcile.
I will fight too. Because she would never take anybody else to do her face except me. I'm like, Auntie, we've outgrown this now. I'm now a madam. I have staff. Leave me alone. She will say, mm-mm. Sometimes she'll just walk out. If I give her to another therapist, she'll walk out. So, but
I used to be a radical those days. Age.
we thank God.
We thank God.
So, ladies, come on, come on.
My own challenge is the skin under by my throat, you know. It's like I think I mentioned it to you years ago, and you brushed it by the side. So I'm so aware of it. I don't know, you know. It's like hanging a little bit, and I don't like it.
Under the hair,
Yes, there.
like okay, they currently they call it the turkey
Yes, yes,
neck.
yes,
And
yes, yes,
that's
yes. You're talking something. Yeah, just
unfortunately,
a little, just a little.
many of us didn't really realize how important the neck was when we're looking after our skin. We do our body, we do the face hair, and then we stop. So the neck is
Yeah,
very important
I
because
think.
the skin on the neck is very, very extra thin. We talk about the face being thin, but the skin on the neck is extra thin. So we need to pay super, super, super attention to it. The skin on my neck too is really dry, and so I would confess I didn't do as much as I should when I was younger. So honestly, the truth about it is, right now, what most people would say to you, because I saw the dermatologist, I think December, and I was like, "Oh, what can I do for my neck?" And he was talking about procedures, and I'm like, "No, I'm not going there." I'm someone who believes that once you start with any procedure, it's difficult to stop, because
Mhm.
you would see a difference. And for example, you do the neck, you love it. That's when you now start looking for things that other people don't notice. And by the time you're done, you actually look terrible. So that's something I personally would not go for. And he kept saying, um, that's the only thing that's the only answer he has for me. But what I started doing personally is using the home micro needling. And I
Home what?
started micro needling. It's this,
Okay.
I could send you a picture of it. And
Okay.
I started doing it once a week. I do it for my face and my neck. It leaves
Okay.
you have to be very careful. You have to start with the shortest because they're actually needles
Oh,
that if you go over and it's a roll, it has a roller thing. It's in the bathroom. If you go through your skin, it could actually, it's actually giving you cuts in your skin.
Mm.
You put some serum on your face and then you just, go one way. So I just started 3 weeks ago. I think I can see a difference, but I want to go longer and see. You have the professional microneedling treatments, and then you have the at-home one. So I'm trying it out personally to see, and on my face as well. And so far, I personally like it. The only thing about it is you can't do it. I usually do it the night before my work from home day. So for example, this week I worked from home on Thursday. So I would do it on Wednesday. That's because I know I'm not stepping out the next day.
okay.
And you would actually, when you're done, you will feel slightly sore. And the next day you have to be careful. Even it's better not to use any makeup. And you always have to have, your sunscreen. I can't stop explaining how important that is. So it's something you have to plan your day around. You can't just use it and go. So that's but so far, I want to give it at least another 6 weeks to be able to come out confidently and talk about it. But I'll send you a picture of it once, before the end of today. And I think you should be able to buy it on Jumia.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you should be able to buy it on Jumia.
Okay.
So I'll send you a picture
Okay.
and then just
Okay.
moisturize there heavily, 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 heavily. What I do when I'm home, I just put Vaseline on my neck. I mean, I use my regular
Vaseline.
serum. Yes,
Vaseline.
even when I'm home, yes. If I'm home, I'm not
Okay.
going out, and I have something that is not covering my neck, I put the Vaseline on. I put it on even at night. Because
Okay.
I actually saw a lady, she was on the bus and she put out her Vaseline and she was putting it under her eyes and I was like, okay, I'm gonna try it. And I'm like, yeah, the good old cheap Vaseline does a lot of things. It does
What
a lot of
would you
things.
say about Ori? What would you say about Ori?
You can try Ori too. My Ori, I use maybe because I don't want it to finish.
Okay.
I've not bought Ori here. So whatever I use is what I brought with me and what I sell. So I'm very stingy with it. But my Ori
Okay.
is my hand cream in this season. I love it. So, but yes, so you can try it because Ori is very moisturizing.
Mm.
You can try it if you have
Okay.
the pure, pure one. And Ori is shea butter, by the way, for those who, but as long as you get the original one. I've not bought the store-bought ones. I've seen Ghanaian ones and all that, but I just use mine. But like I said, I'm very I try not to overuse it so it doesn't finish. So yeah.
Okay.
But you could try that. But I'll send you the picture of that of the micro needling. It's something you could get around you. You could
Okay.
get around you and try
Okay.
it. And try it. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, Linda says, I'm having reactions on my face that look like eczema. Could you assist check because I have done everything to no avail. It's been more than 4 months, but it flakes. Okay. Linda, I'll probably have to see. Habiba, could you drop my number in the chat and then, just hit me up and then I could have a look at it. That would be easier because you just talking about it, I need to see. And it might be something because 4 months is a long time. 4 months is a long time. Have you seen the doctor? You know, it's nice too because it's very easy for us to try things, DIY things. But when it comes to things like eczema and all those patches, honestly, I believe it's nice to also see a doctor. Okay, okay, let me see she said she dropped a picture, okay, so I'll check it and get back to you on that. My sisters, come on, come on, come on. Who hasn't spoken? Rolly, Okweyemi, Dr. Nicole. I didn't care.
Hello, everyone. Pardon me, I'm driving, so I'm not going to come off mute. But I do appreciate. Oh, see what happened? Did I do it? Hold on, trying to maneuver. Hi, everybody. But I'm in my car, so I'm gonna mute myself. My way to. Okay, so my concern as we think about this conversation and thinking about the space of age and menopause is hair, and hair loss or dry hair. And so I actually was just looking up buying CBD hair growth oil, but that is what's on my mind. Hair post menopause, 4C afro hair post menopause.
Oh Lord, this menopause.
Yeah. So you said something about bringing a specialist
Yeah,
in, and
honestly, I'm gonna look for someone and we'll have that special conversation. It'll be nice to get like maybe two different experts or medical people to come explain, because I think different people are just coming up with different things happening, and we really need to understand what is going on. We really need to. With the hair, honestly, and that's another thing that if you notice, our mothers, our grandmothers, they had hair loss, and we thought it was an age thing. Because girl, you just think, oh, when you get old, your hair is going to start thinning. And obviously it wasn't age, it was menopause, because you still see other older people that have a full mane of hair. So with that, for me, honestly, I cut my hair because I want to. And it's not about even wanting to. Me cutting my hair started when I think in my 20s, early 20s, when we used to do relaxers. My hair would not take a relaxer. After, the day I get it done, it looks decent. Within a week, 2 weeks max, it's reverted and back. And I just got tired. And my scalp was sensitive, but my hair was really nappy. So then we thought that when you stay longer, it should straighten out. So you can imagine how many times I had the scalp burns and everything. So when I got older and I could do, make my own decisions, like I said, you know what? Let's just cut this hair. And that's how me cutting my hair has been. So my hair grows. In fact, I have to sit down and shave it every day. If not, I have that little stumpy growth. So I know that the hair oils, don't ask me about any brand, but I know that people do, that they have said positive things about certain brands. But I know that not last year, 2024, just on the streets of TikTok, I saw this video about home remedies for hair, and I tried it out. And I think it worked. I sent some to my daughter as well, because I made a huge batch. I had to buy different oils. So that, and another thing is that might be one of the reasons where the older we get, if we have issues with hair loss, then we start thinking about different hairstyles that we could now carry so that the loss is not too obvious. So I know that a lot of us are doing locks, whether they're sister locks or whatever, but they're heavy. The hair is thinning out. It's, the scalp is sensitive. So those things, they're heavy. So for me, they're not that helpful if the problem is actually scalp issues or thinning hair. Because what's going to happen is maybe towards the back, the hair will be fuller, but the front, imagine if we could have full hair in front and very scanty hair at the back. I think it'll be easier. People will mind because I'm not really seeing the back, but that's not the case. So, you see people who have locks and then in front, they have to like cut the hair, especially the men, and use dye to shapen it. For me, that's really, really, really stressful. So the older we get, if we have issues with the hair, we have to start thinking, what are the hair thinning friendly hairstyles that can be done? I cannot give an answer to that because it depends on the individual. The easiest thing would be to reduce the length of the hair. Not too many people. There are a lot of women that will not sport short hair. So those are the conversations one has to have. Do I want to constantly carry the hair like that? And then I see a lot of women now, wrapping their hair with scarves, even with the wigs. The wigs are not helping us, honestly. The wigs are not helping. And the reason why I say that, I don't have anything against wigs, but what I realize is with people that wear wigs a lot, they don't care for their hair. Very few people use wigs and spend time caring for their hair. So that's where the challenge is. So by the time you start getting tired of wearing wigs, you realize that, oh, but I've neglected my hair. And then you now have to start going, sometimes you're able to reverse whatever damage has been done, and sometimes not. But yes, we need to, hair is one of the things that a lot of people don't understand that we need to care for as we're caring for our bodies, our skin, even our health. We need to care for the hair. But, so I would say start looking at options of other hairstyles that you can probably carry, that you could probably carry.
Thank you.
So that made a little bit of sense. You're welcome. Taylor asked a question. Yeah, I'm experiencing intense hair breakage around my edges. Does micro needling also help with hair? It actually does. I've not tried it, but I've read it because when I was reading about micro needling, people who work with hair loss use it because it's the skin.
That's what I also have seen videos and read about it. I've seen a derma stamp. So instead of the roller, it's like the stamp. So you kind of stamp it,
Okay.
which can be a little less harsh on the skin other than the rolling. So I just wanted to know if you knew anything about that.
I've read it.
Okay.
I've had no reason to try it, but I've read it and it makes sense. It makes sense because when they now do the micro needling, then they put the oils or whatever so it could go in to the scalp and down the dermis and start activating hair growth. So yes. So yes. So yes, you could you could try that. Yeah. You could try that. Ladies, ladies. Raleigh, can we hear your voice, please? Hello, Afusat. Damilola. How are you, Damilola?
Hello, Auntie. I'm fine. I just came here to learn, and you said something that I've been trying to navigate lately around using wigs and not using wigs. I use wigs a lot, and I just got tired of them. And then I realized that I haven't been taking care of my hair. So guess who is rocking a natural hair like that right now? I've been
Okay.
mostly rocking my hair. I don't really want to wear wigs anymore. So I am also torn between having to learn how to style my hair or figuring out what style works for me. But I'm just in the experimenting stage, and I think it's okay to keep experimenting. My biggest challenge is most of the mainstream hair products that they advertise for natural hair don't work for my hair. They either leave these white casts or they're just not getting into my hair. So that's my biggest struggle right now.
Okay. With hair, have you thought about making your own?
I hadn't really thought about
Just
that.
just make, um, Google, GPT, TikTok, there's a
Mhm.
lot, especially with the natural oils. You might need to just experiment, look for what. One thing I remember, like I said, if I want to grow my hair, and okay, we're in February, okay, let's say we're in March now, and I say I want to braid my hair in 6 weeks, I would have hair to braid. But like I said earlier, one thing that worked for me was having bottles of conditioner and oil around the house. And I would have it in the office. I would, just because I learned that when your hair is moisturized and damp, it grows faster. And this is for people who just have their hair out. I'm not talking about if it's braided and all that. And going back to what you said, there's really nothing wrong in wearing wigs. It's just that, like I said, what I found out is most people wear it as an escape to looking after their natural hair. And that's where I think the issue is, because then the hair, I mean, nobody wants to feel neglected. So you neglect the hair, and after a while, it just gets tired and it's not responding. So you have to go out of your way. You have to really pamper it. You know, I'm not sure if I still have the recipe of the hair concoction I made, but if I do, I'll share it with you. Otherwise, honestly, I just found it on TikTok. And then I sat there, it was an afternoon. Then I started looking for similar videos. And then I started researching about the actual oils. I had a list. Oh, okay, no, I don't need this because I don't want this. I don't need And I just ordered the oils and I shook it. In fact, I still have it. Sometimes I use it. I'm like, oh, but aren't I causing issues for myself? Because then I have to now start. I mean, like I said, I shave my hair every morning, but still, why do I want to grow my hair? But I have to look after my scalp because the first time I shaved my hair was actually, my scalp was really dark. And obviously, I knew because I haven't had black hair for years. I just started carrying black hair last year. My hair is always bleached to get my orange, and I've had orange hair since 2016. So to do that, I bleach my hair. I leave the bleach and I'm doing whatever. So my scalp was burnt. So it took me like 3, 4 months of literally what I do once a week. I take a proper actual body scrub, exfoliating body scrubs with the granules, and I scrub my scalp. I would do that. I would actually put conditioner and put um, a shower cap on, and just to make sure that my scalp right now, it's now blended. So just to show you that we need to care for every part of our body. So what I would say to you, honestly, a lot of the companies that say they do natural um products for the skin, they're not even black owned. They're not black owned. So how do they know what we're going through? How do they know what our hair needs? So, and most of them, it's really just marketing. It's the bottom line for them. And that's what I'm saying. Looking after having your hair natural, first of all, it will cost you money and it will cost you time. once you're ready to do that, then step in and start playing with your own concussions and things like that. And then I believe that there are quite a few Black-owned businesses too that are doing these things. I was given a gift of an oil from a Black-owned business, and I think it was in my bag from December, no, from January. And just about 2 weeks ago, I just said, let me try this thing on my face. And it was really nice. I had to, look for where she is. Luckily, she's not too far from me. But I know that once I'm done with that, I'm not going to sit down and say, no, I want to do this myself. Because whatever she did, whatever she formulated in that bottle worked for me. So I would get it. So it's a Black-owned business as well. So I feel you either get from, people who look like us, or you make your own. But be ready to do the work. But there is a lot you can do with natural hair, and not just leaving it in an afro. There's a lot you can do with natural hair if you're ready for the work. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, Auntie.
You're welcome. Linda says, could I suggest the oils? I don't remember. I don't remember. Let me see my notes. I'm sure, I would keep it somewhere, but to look for. But like I said, I remember I just saw the video on TikTok. I saw the video on TikTok, and I just spent, like I said, I was intrigued. And that was when I was growing my hair. That was 2024. Yeah, okay. Okay. Okay, no, this is scalp. No, this is my scalp. For the scalp, it was a soothing scalp oil blend. I added jojoba for hydration, argan oil for protection and shine, and then tea tree oil for ingrown hair, because you know that when you're shaving, you have ingrown, and peppermint oil. But I can't find the other one. But just I remember that I saw her list, and then I looked up other videos. Then I sat down with the ingredients and I started reading about the ingredients and the results I wanted. I might have deleted it. No, I don't have it. So just Google it, or ask our ever faithful ChatGPT, and it could come up with something for you. But yeah, I have a scalpel, and I still have and the thing about those things is, once you make it, like I said, oil spreads and it goes a long way. So it's something that you would have for a long time. So you could try that out. Okay. Ladies, why are you quiet today now? All I'm seeing are names. I'm not happy. I wanted to see your faces. Thank you, Taylor, for at least supporting me with your video. And Laura, can I just ask one that you turn on your videos just for 2 minutes? You can count you can count the time just to take a picture like we did last week. Who's with me? Just 2 minutes. Thank you. I didn't care for that. Auntie, where are you now? HP, Linda, Laurie, Rolly, and birthday girl. Indy, Dr. Nicole's daughter is celebrating her birthday today as well.
Yes, happy birthday.
That's my birthday mate. Wow. My regards to my birthday mate. All right.
So can we smile? Can we
Mm.
smile? How come people are in pink? You didn't tell me there was a dress code. Pink, purple.
Oh,
Okay. We'll have a dress code next time. Thank you so much, ladies.
all right.
I'm actually going to share my contact. So if you have any questions, you can reach out. And my website is 80% up. 80% up. I have a call in less than an hour. So, but yeah, you can reach me through there. You can ask questions through there. There's a link directly to my WhatsApp through there. So just get in touch and bother me. And I'm available. I'm available for you, ladies. Thank you so, so, so much.
Thank you too. Thank you.
Happy birthday,
Please,
lady.
can we continue with your Nigerian WhatsApp? I'm used to contacting you through Nigerian WhatsApp.
Yes,
We are old school.
The phone, if I don't, anyway, I'm better with it now. Yes, you can. Yes, yes, you
Okay,
can.
thank you.
Yes,
I'm
you
used to that.
can. It's okay. So enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much for spending this afternoon with me. And have an amazing month of March.
You as
Amen.
Have an
well.
amazing
Amen.
month of March.
Amen.
Okay, take
Thank you.
care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Enjoy your night. Bye.